floor now to the next speaker, Vivengun Glacier Mogli Kainten for Ale, followed by non-governmental and non-commercial associations.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Each person has the right to realize his own life for his rights and for a happy life. However, when in his own country he cannot find these opportunities, he must make difficult decisions to leave the country. I myself am a migrant. Unfortunately, similar migrants in Uzbekistan are something like 4 to 6 million, many of whom are in the Russian Federation now. In 2014, an anti-migration policy was launched in Uzbekistan when the head of the country said that citizens of his country who live abroad are layabouts and lazy bones. The Russian services and the Russian population takes advantage of these migrants. Terrible things happen to them there. There's a great deal of information. So I would like to recommend that the OSCE start to monitor the trials against terrorists in this country where Central Asian people are tried. 52 migrants in the wink of an eye were burned in a bus. They were heading in the bus to Russia to work. Uzbekistan did help them, yes. Well, they returned their dead bodies back home. But there were no funeral services. There was no official acceptance of this tragedy in the country. Yes, there are slow changes taking place in Uzbekistan, but I can't say that they are sufficient. The amount of the funds transferred back to Uzbekistan of the so-called lazy people is something like 14% of the country's entire budget. These are millions of dollars that are earned by the country due to remittances, and people cannot count on the help of their own government. I would like to appeal to the delegation of Uzbekistan. Let's be constructive. Let's reach agreements. I would like to give you my visiting card. I would like for us to help you and to work together. Are you afraid of giving out your visiting cards just so we can start talking together to start some kind of constructive dialogue, without which we cannot make any progress? We must be listened to. For the time being, very dubious characters are returning back to Uzbekistan. I have a recommendation for the U.S. There's some information that the consular services in Dushanbe and Tashkent issue visas that cost something like $8,000 to $15,000 per visa. The consular services in the Baltics, in Lithuania, for example, they give out visas to migrants as well. In other words, there's a group of people who mislead people who would like to leave the country. They take advantage of this desire to leave the country to make money on them. The embassies of Estonia and Latvia give them Schengen visas. We must put an end to this. Thank you.